In today's video I'll be doing something wild. I'll be playing Jax top with a full AP build. Inspired by Baus, after watching him pull it off, I had to give it a try. And to my surprise, after a few games it was actually really fun. Now, while AP Jax has some weaknesses compared to the AD build, it also unlocks insane plays that just aren't possible otherwise. And when it works, the payoff is huge. Make sure to watch until the end because I'll be going over the pros and cons of AP Jax. As for the runes and build, this is the setup I'm going to run. Now without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Our first game starts off rough. I got counterpicked by Cannon and had a really tough laning phase, but then Leona came in with a perfect roam and I managed to get a shutdown on Cannon, which turned everything around. And after a couple few more deaths, I actually started doing some damage, as you can see. Then I managed to bait Wukong into going all in on me, and of course we secured an easy kill. That was our ticket to victory right there. We closed out the game, and of course I made sure to report Wukong for his game losing mistake. At the end of the day, this is ranked. All the games in this video are played in high diamond or master hero. Now in this first game my score isn't looking too great, but trust me, it only gets better from here. For example, in this clip I actually had health bars turned off for whatever reason. I even tried to quickly turn them back on, but yeah, I couldn't find the setting in time, so I had no choice but to play it like this. Somehow though, it actually worked out in the end. And by the way, this is where AP Jax really shines. If you manage to get to proxy, you can easily take waves by only pressing your E and a few auto attacks. He is also great at hitting towers, so if the opponent leaves the lane, you can get the entire tower down most of the time. Here I even managed to take their tier 2, but then their karma showed up, along with an angry polybear chasing me down. But I don't go down without a fight, so I baited volley with my flash over the wall and I managed to finish him off in a 1v1, while also escaping the fight. Over here I quickly TP into a flank position and managed to catch Kai'Sa, but she barely escapes as I try to finish her off. I then turn on to Karma, but she slips away too. Only for Zoe and Shen to hit their spells on me. But I would say it was worth it in the end since we won the fight. In this clip I tried to set up a play with my stun and make something happen. But in the end it didn't go as expected. Here I rush in to save Senna, but I can't quite accomplish that, so she goes down in the end. I do manage to waste their time for a while, and it's moments like this where Zonia really shines on AP Jax. You can see exactly how much I can stall them. And I even try to take down Shen at the end, but I fail. At least the others died. Don't worry though, this next clip will wash away all of my sins this game.
Kill.
There's no way you don't want to play AP Jax after this one. Next game starts off strong, with an early kill on Mundo, which I have to thank Jarvan for. Later in the laning phase, after a quick skirmish, Mundo thinks he can dive me. But I knew he can't do it, so I outplayed him and turned the fight in the end. Over here I quickly try to clear the wave, I even use my ult for it before making my escape. But in the process I bait Melia perfectly, securing us a free kill. Now this is the best play I have ever made with this build. Then I quickly TP into this fight, landing a huge stun on 2 people, turning it into a game winning play. And this is the final score of the game. This next game I'm laning against Abessa, so I need a little help before I can get rolling. And my Viego knows it, so he comes in with the perfect gank to get me started. Once I got my core item, I became unstoppable. Anyone who tried to take me down got handled with ease. Abessa as well as Nautilus were just a few more victims to me. Here I'm TPing in the hopes of saving this tower, but also looking to go on anyone I can. And it seems that Nautilus is once again my victim, as well as this Gwen. Shortly after, I hit this plant in the hopes of finding someone, and I do indeed find this Ambessa, which has no chance of escaping. But I'm not done yet. And still not done yet. And that, my friends, is how you secure another victory. Going into the next game, my team decides to invade the enemy jungle, and honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened. I managed to grab a shutdown on Wukong and secured an extra kill on Braum, setting us up for a great start. Then I picked up a kill on Aatrox and somehow escaped Wukong with my life. But just when I thought I could finally recall in peace, Braum comes out of nowhere. And he wanted me bad, so I take him down with me, trading kills in the end. After coming back from base, I perfectly calculate my damage and give Aatrox a taste of Jax's burst, and let's just say he didn't enjoy it. Then he gets mad, and I mean really mad. He starts chasing me down from his tower all the way to mine, refusing to let me go. He's all leaning me under my own tower, diving in with everything he's got, ending in us trading kills. Here I casually take their bot lane tier 2, right in his face, and after a quick all-in I back off just enough to reset my cooldowns, then jump back in out of nowhere to finish him off. This clip is just another perfect showcase of Jax's burst once you've got some items. Here I go for one last crazy engage, interesting to say the least, but luckily my team has my back, cleaning up everyone and securing the enemy nexus for yet another win. And before we wrap things up, here are some bonus clips I just had to include in the video. Alright, now that we've seen what AP Jax is capable of, let's go over the pros and cons of this build. For the pros, he has insane wave clear, just press E and the wave is gone. His burst damage is actually crazy, so you can surprise enemies quite often. He's amazing at taking towers, making split pushing super easy, and if you build Zonias you can stall in teamfights pretty well. As for the cons, his early game is rough, you have to be extra careful not to die. You really shouldn't all in before level 6, since you're weak until then. And you're pretty item dependent, you won't do much until you get Nashor suit, but once you do, you're good to go. And if your team already has a lot of AP, this pick might not be the best since you don't want to overinvest in Magic Pen. But overall, if you can survive the early game, AP Jax is actually an amazing pick. And with that, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, consider liking and subscribing, and let me know in the comments what I should try next. See ya in the next one!